welcome to another Tune of the Month. Happy 2018. I hope your new year is off to a great start. And to kick off what is hopefully going to be a year full of new tunes, I thought I would offer you this jig. We haven't done a jig in a while. And I'm currently on a kick of liking tunes that, you don't have to think about too much, you don't have to work too hard for, you can just play, and they're delightful. So in that spirit, I offer one of my longtime favorite jigs. This is called Naomi's Jig. It's in the Downeast Canadian style, and here it is. And that's the tune. If you're just listening, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next month. If you are ready to play, well, you probably have your instrument because you're ready to play. Let's do it. Okay, so this tune is in the key of D major, and if you're listening with a chordal type ear, as we're starting to do more and more of here on Tune of the Month, you probably noticed that that B section has kind of a cool chord in it, and it's modal is the name of that sound. All right, so we'll start out with the A section. This A section is what we call long form or built double, which means the part 1, part 2, part 1 ending, instead of being 2 bars for each little snippet, it's actually 4 bars. And it's going to feel like you're only playing one A. Alright, so even though it comes out the right length, you'll feel like you're playing A, B, B, A, B, B. Good to keep in mind. Here's the first part. I have 2 pickup notes. And that's all the A section. Okay, so if it felt like a long bit of time, don't worry, we're going to break it right down. You may have noticed I'm leaving all the ornaments in, and they're mostly what you call hammer-ons, what we have been calling a single grace note from below. If you don't know what that means, you can listen and catch it, or you can go back to past Tune of the Month videos and pick it up where we talk about it in great detail. All right, so this first part, 2 pickups. That's the first half of part 1. Start it again. You go up the scale, little grace note, and then big D major arpeggio with a little scale at the top. Put together. From here, there's a pickup note, but you're going to slur it down bow. I'll do it again. And if you're listening for patterns like we've always done on Tune of the Month, you probably hear that this is and down the scale, and this is almost scale. if I use my silly words for it. Almost scale because there's a skip at the end. And then you end there. So, and down the scale, almost scale, land. And those two parts together make up part one. Let's put it all together. Little grace note, D major arpeggio, down the scale, almost scale, and that little single grace note there when I land. That's part one. One more time. And that's the whole part one. If you need to do it a couple more times, go ahead, rewind the video. You can do it as many times as you need. But for now, we'll pick up with part two. Again, there are two pickups here. How's it goes? All right, I'll do it again. Set to the grace note. That last part's probably the easiest to catch because it's a little sequence with a neighbor tone, the note right next to it, and this is the higher neighbor tone. A neighbor tone, G neighbor tone, and now a little D major thing. Right, a combo starts with an arpeggio and then ends with the scale. So that's the second half. Do that again, the sequence. A neighbor tone, G, neighbor tone, D major, land. All right. Coming right before that, two pickups, slur, A major. Do that again. And a neighbor tone. There you go. So I'm not calling every skip and scale out loud because I assume you're listening for it, right? If you didn't hear exactly where there's an A major scale or up the arpeggio, go back, rewind it, and listen again. If you've got it, let's play that part two all together one more time. Slur. Sequence. Much better. Now, you may have noticed in past when we've done jigs, we've emphasized the importance of the big little bowing, where in a group of 3 eighth notes, the first one is big with lots of bow, and the second two are little with less bow. That's really important in this jig, especially where you want a nice, like, lilty jig feel. Because that's what's going to give you the lilt, is by making more bow on the big and less bow on the little. Alright? Once we get down there, we're back to part one. Hey, we already know that. Big little and big little, big little. And now all we have left is an ending. It also has two pickups. Here's how it goes. And that will be the whole A section. Let's break that ending apart. It may sound like a lot of notes, but in fact, all it is big little, big little, big little, big little. And it's just a bunch of arpeggios and scales. Up the scale. Stay right here. Down the scale, D major. A major. Up the scale, land. Yeah, how's that? So, you start with this little repeated figure, where you just get to sit on the open E. Now down the scale. And that launches you right in to a big D major arpeggio. right? Great big D major arpeggio, down and up. And now a little A major. Up the scale to get back to D, which is home. Put the whole ending together. Scale, D major, A major, up the scale landing. And that's the whole A section. You don't even have to repeat it. Isn't that nice? Let's put it all together from part one. Part two, up the scale, slur across. Here's the sequence. A neighbor tone, G neighbor tone, D major, land. Back to part one. Here's the ending. And a E repeat here, down the scale, D major, A major. And that's the whole A section. Whew. Okay, so it might feel long to you, and if it felt long, you're right. That's double the length that each part one, part two, and the ending is usually in the normal length dance tunes. That's 16 bars through instead of 8 bars repeated. But again, if you think patterns and chords, it's not so bad. And I have even better news for you. The B section is totally normal. Here it is, whole B section. Only 8 bars and then I would repeat it. All right, so that's a huge relief. And I have even better news for you. Not only is it normal length and totally standard part one, part two, part one ending, each part, if you were listening carefully, you noticed all they are is regular old arpeggios. Starts with D arpeggio, 2 pickups, and I'm going to go down first. When I run out of room, back, up. That's it. Whole gigantic D major arpeggio. So I start really the same place the A section does. I'm going to go down first till I run out of room and then turn around, go right back up until I'm out of room in first position. That's whole part one. I'll do it one more time even though you don't need it. And notice I am lifting my bow there for a little bit of drama. Not too far because then it will be crunchy when I come back down, but a little bit of air. And here comes part two, C major. Oh, isn't that a cool part? I love it. So I'm slurring in the pickup, down, C major. I'm going to take a little break here. Just slur in that neighbor tone. Slur, neighbor tone. Now jump down to your low C. And do that arpeggio. Alright, so this one, the first one goes down and then up. This one comes down, little break, jump down, and come back up. If those shapes make sense. Part two, down, neighbor tone, hop down, finish the arpeggio. Guess what? We're back to part one. This time down the scale. To get ready for the ending, here it is, ending. And all that is an A dominant 7th arpeggio. We've done those before, A dominant 7th. And then up the scale ending. Phew, wasn't that easy? I love this B section. It seems like a freebie compared to the A where you have to think melodically. Let's put the whole B section together. Big little bowing the whole way through, ladies and gentlemen. D major. because it's all, well, almost all running eighth notes, big, little, big, little, big, little, big, little. I'm not using any left hand ornaments except for the very ending, right here. Using that single grace from below to fancy up the ending. When you're moving with even eighth notes, like this B section does, in the Downeast Canadian style, we tend not to put a lot of ornaments into that because the focus is on the bow, the swing that comes from big, little, big, little, big, little, big. So it makes it feel really grounded and earthy and awesome. And it's almost like if you add too many frills in your left hand, it makes it too lacy and you lose that like rah, rah, rah feel that's so awesome about this style of jig. So as you start practicing this tune and getting it up to tempo, if you want to be really authentically Downeast style, focus on the big little. Every time you have a group of 3/8 notes, really make the big more bow and really make the little small so you get the lilt. And it's right in the string and should just feel like you're sinking into the string and having fun. It shouldn't fly away from you or feel too frilly. This is an earthy, folksy jig, which is why I love it. Alright, well, if it helps you to see sheet music for this, if you are a member of my email newsletter, I always send out my handwritten copy of the sheet music for the tune of the month, so that will be in your inbox if you're currently subscribed. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead to my website, www.mariblack.com, and you can sign up for the newsletter and get sheet music for all the future tunes of the month, if that is helpful to you. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys. I'll look forward to seeing you next month. Bye!